6,290 pounds, the 264 rear living super slide couples camping half-ton towable Cherokee here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. It's kind of funny. It's such a common floor plan. I don't know how I missed it in our lineup for so long. We've carried it in the past. I was just sort of doing an inventory audit a little while ago and went, oh my gosh, where's that good old Cherokee rear living room with that huge pantry and the dual entry doors for the full travel access? And somehow, I overlooked it, and thankfully, we've corrected that mistake. So the thing is, everybody and their brother, pretty much if you build a travel trailer, it's like a brand has a 99% chance that they build a layout almost exactly like this. So why would you choose the Cherokee? And another question, why would you choose to bring your business here to Haylett RV? I think the answer to that is the fact that we explain why the Cherokee or why any other brand. With videos like this, before you've even met us, we've gone to the extent of trying to do the best we could to serve you. Imagine what we'd do once we actually met you. So, you know, it's a just super classic layout, very popular. They've done a very good job of hitting all the main points here, but it's the little touches, the signature features of the Cherokee and their DNA that makes it stand out. You've got a pair of free-floating chairs in the back, but notice that they're push-back recliners, so if you want to sneak in a nice midday nap, it's very easy to do so. You've got that big rear viewing window, but they also maintain some storage above, which is the kind of thing that a lot of brands often seem to miss out on. The skylight above that kitchen gives you some extra light, but you can pull that shade shut if you don't want to feel like an ant under a magnifying glass. We're going to have to take two different stabs at the kitchen here, but first of all, let's look at those glass insert doors overhead and the fact that there is just a load of lighting in this kitchen area. A key little point, and again, it's a bunch of little details that separate brands. The fact that they give you full depth overhead cabinets. If you notice in relation to the microwave, they don't shrink back. They don't recess and push back this cabinet whatsoever. So you're getting a full good deep cabinet. Something where you could actually keep a dinner plate. I have a personal pet peeve about an RV with overhead cabinets that won't even allow me to keep a dinner plate or a box of cereal, and I don't have either of those problems here. Whether it's the kitchen, the bathroom, or the dining area, all of our countertops are a sealed edge pressed membrane material. It's technically called thermofoil. It also has a recessed stainless skirted sink, which just gives it just a tremendous look. It looks fantastic here. I popped the sink cover off of that just to kind of be able to see down there, but what's kind of cool is between the sink insert when it's in place and that flush mount stovetop, you've got excellent prep area in this floor plan. You've got two big drawers as opposed to like 2 or 3 small drawers, which is a little more friendly for things like grilling tongs and spatulas and whatnot. Plus, they gave you a big place down here for a wastebasket, you know, pots and pans, all kinds of things. It's a rear kitchen, but it's a well-appointed rear kitchen. Another thing that you're going to find is all over the place. You will find tons of outlets, whether it's USB or household. This camper is loaded with plugs, and you see that there are a pair of household outlets on either side of these chairs so that you always have a nice handy place to be able to plug in phones, tablets, maybe a heated blanket if you're spring or fall camping. Now over here in our Super Slide, that sofa has a very sort of cinema styling about it. And back here, right next to these rear chairs, it gives you a cool little conversation corner where you've got a bunch of chairs kind of bunched together, where if you do have a guest, or maybe one of you likes to lounge on the sofa while one of you kicks back in a recliner, you know? There's no one way that you can, can't, should, shouldn't use these right here. Those armrest bolsters are removable, but the sofa has one more neat little secret weapon about it. It is also a well-disguised storage chest. So it's got a good daytime look and function with that flip down sort of cinema style armrest, which you could always flip up out of the way. But you see that you can also throw a lot of stuff down here. Now this would be good, I think, for things like guest linens. Because it is kind of a trunk style storage, it's not something you'll get into every day. It's good for uncommon use features, like maybe every now and then you bust out a griddle once a week. Great little spot to store that. Now our Super Slide has max size windows for some killer airflow here, and you see more USB plugs right below that light fixture here in the slide. But the sofa's not the only thing that gives us storage. And I think that it's one of the reasons people don't talk about sofa storage more often in a Cherokee is because it has these 40-inch plywood box full extension drawers down here to give you full storage access to that dining bench there so that you never have to tear that thing apart if you want to get to anything under it. But of course, our dinette can fold down into a sleeper, as can that quick fold down sofa. I am going to call this more of a grandkid guest camper. It's a couple's rig first and foremost. I think you could have a couple small guests with you. And I say that only because it doesn't have a full hide-a-bed or full U-dinette, which is a little more comfortable for adult size sleeping. But you do get some good privacy here. You see you've got those pleated shades that can come down to block the sun. And for evening use, or maybe just like the daytime accent, you can kick on the overslide accent light here, and that operates as a perfect night light. To be able to get in and out up to the bathroom behind that entertainment center that we'll see in just a second. I said we'd have to take 2 stabs at the kitchen. This is the other half of it right here. And remember when I started the video, I talked about how this RV had a big pantry? I think the pantry's actually got more cubic foot of storage than the refrigerator. In fact, I know it does. This is awesome. This is something that Cherokee does all over the place, these big, wide open pantries. They're not toothpick pantries where you have to stand sideways and reach up to your armpit to get to something. Another nice little touch that they put in here is every one of these shelves has a little lip to keep stuff from shifting and falling out. Like when you reach your destination, even though this is right above the axle area right here, so it's not going to jounce around a lot, it is possible that if you hit a chuck hole or something that it could kind of bounce around a little bit in here. So it's nice to know that when you open this door, stuff's not going to come flying out at you. Should you choose to add an entertainment system like a TV or some variety to this Cherokee, it's on a nice little angle here where it's easy to view from anywhere, and you could throw like a 40-inch screen up there if you were so inclined. Down below is also something really smart they did. They know that a lot of people are getting an RV like this so they could spend some time outside and just have a nice place inside to kick back. But they gave you a very expandable entertainment center. On the left, you have a Bluetooth stereo system, but it has HDMI plugs, and this big open pocket right here also has an HDMI plug routed to it. So if you want to expand your entertainment, things like Blu-ray or streaming media sticks, it is perfect for that kind of use. And the handy little electric space heating fireplace comes with a remote control. You can use it to take the nip out of the air in the spring and the fall without burning up your propane. The other neat thing here is if you just want to use the cool little LED light aspects of this without adding any heat to the RV, you can do that as well. The bathroom is located up by the bedroom so that at night, if you need to get up and down, if you're one of those people, I know that there are some people that are up and down a couple times a night. My wife tends to be one of those, actually. It saves her a lot of trekking across the camper. Now, more of that sealed edge waterproof countertop stuff in here, and that is a large sink. And this is a large vanity. And those are a couple things I really like here. Cherokee does a really good bathroom. It's one of the more unsung good qualities of the Cherokee family is the way that they nail their bathroom fixtures. Like we got this big radius shower right here. We have a foot flush toilet. We have plenty of leg room in here. But what's nice is the radius shower gives us extra elbow room. The skylight's giving us extra headroom. And you can see how they run that backsplash, the shower surround paneling all the way up to the sidewalls. They also have the bigger Max Air style vent fan in here. So this thing gets some awesome airflow. And sometimes it doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be effective. A simple little rack to be able to hang towels. Sometimes that's just all a camper needs. And it's amazing how often I will see a brand fail to do things like that. And when you get out of the shower, you actually got plenty of legroom here to get dressed. We already saw that second entry door earlier, which is what grants us access to the bedroom and bathroom when the slide is closed if you're in transit or just packing the RV up, which is neat. You can get to all of your storage, without opening the slide. It's kind of cool. You do maybe have to go in and out those doors, but the fact is, it's still accessible. You've got full-length hanging closets and a full overhead cabinet, not just a shelf. And notice that those are mirrored to help reflect extra light, make this thing look and feel larger. Also, both sides of the bed have their own handy household and USB outlets. Of course, naturally I would have these covered right here. So that whether it's CPAP machines, phone chargers, or just about anything else. And you lift up this mattress very easily with those dual gas struts, and you can see that they're using nicer plywood decking under the bed here. This is also pretty similar to what we're walking on. Cherokees have 5/8 tongue and groove plywood flooring and a 3/8 fully walkable roof decking. And it just occurred to me that although I talked about showing this RV with the slide closed, I hadn't done it yet. So here we go. Standing at the back door with the slide closed, you see how it comes pretty close to the entertainment center. Now, theoretically, if you have a little grandkid with you, you could squeeze them up over that entertainment center counter, but you're not going to have to. We'll talk more about that in just a second. You see that you can get over here, you can get to the dinette drawers that we already saw, you can get to all of our pantry storage, you can get to every bit of storage in this RV without opening up the slide out. If you need to use the bathroom, or if you're traveling, need to take a sleep stop overnight, that's when we use that front door. And doing so will land you right back up here into the bedroom that we saw only a few seconds ago. So we can get up here, get to our storage, and just like we saw a few seconds ago, obviously, we can get to the bathroom here in the hallway. A cool factor on these Cherokees is the extreme lack of decals on the outside here. You see that, you know, you got the big wolf symbol and the word says Cherokee up front. There's the Cherokee logo on the sidewalls, but that's it. Everything else is a painted aluminum. So, you know, when an RV's brand new, they all look good, don't they? I mean, they all do. That's the whole point, is to entice a potential buyer into buying something. But year 5, year 6, they don't all look good, do they? Well, this one's going to keep looking good, and that's one of the things I like about it. You've also got a thicker aluminum nose sweep up front. It's actually 67% thicker than a common aluminum sidewall metal, and what that's going to help do for us is, again, keep this thing looking good, but it's going to do it by resisting wind buffeting, stones, things like that. Basically, the whole nose of this camper is effectively like diamond plate, but it doesn't look like diamond plate. We've got our handy full outside utility shower here, so if you need to, you know, hose some fish off or kids off or clean your own feet or something like that, or maybe you've been swimming in the lake and you want to get that kind of turtley smell off you, you can do that. One thing I want to mention, we do like to build all of our Cherokees here at Haylett RV with the optional enclosed underbelly. It's actually it encloses the tanks to give you a little bit of extra critter and debris protection. It can't hurt when it comes to giving you a little bit of extra seasonal protection, though that is not the purpose of this RV. It's just a common spring, summer, fall camper. So if you're not camping when there's snowflakes, you're going to be just fine here. And I'm pretty sure not camping when there's snowflakes pretty much just identified 98% of people watching this video. As we whip around to the rear wall, you see that 200-pound rated cargo rack staring you in the face there. This is really cool because it gives you the ability to bring along some extra coolers, bikes, maybe a small generator, in a way that doesn't void any sort of manufacturer's warranties. Also, you do not need to remove that spare tire to utilize that cargo rack. That's a pretty handy feature. The spare tire is actually an optional piece of equipment as well, although I can't imagine not providing that sort of silver lining to an otherwise dark cloud for our customers. The slide walls are seal gripping, which is an easy thing to miss, you know, just from a two-dimensional walk-around video like this, but when you put your hands on it, you can really kind of feel the texture there. We're also backup camera ready, so should you choose to pick up either an in-motion rear view observation model, or just a simple, you know, slow motion backup parking camera. We've got both of those up front in that building you see in the background in our parts and service center. And kind of like the rest of the RV, there's nothing necessarily earth-shatteringly new here. It's just a really good combination of a lot of really smart features. Like, we've got plenty of patio space over here, and this is an easy tilt power awning. It naturally has an automatic rain dump feature, but on a drizzly day, if you want to kind of control that water so you're not surprised where it falls, you can pull that awning arm down with 2 fingers, and that's all it takes. And what's also kind of cool is if you leave it cranked like that and then you roll the awning up, it'll sort itself out. It'll collapse those arms basically appropriately, and it'll roll back out flat the next time. So you can't mess it up. The Cherokee series here, they're working on being a little bit more pet friendly, which is kind of a nice thing, because I know that, like, we camp with pets, and one of the things I know a lot of people do is they go RVing because things like hotels won't allow pets, at least not the kind of hotels you often want to go to. And being able to keep your pet at an unfamiliar site and keep them safe is kind of handy. You know, it wouldn't be a hard thing to maybe, I guess, tie a bicycle up to with like a little bike lock or something like that, one of those bike lock cables, so that people don't go, you know, taking joy rides on your bicycles when you're not at your campsite either. The MoRide stable steps are one of those things that they've just become a huge thing, whether it's, you know, any form of the stable step. There's 2 manufacturers that make these. They're both pretty darn great, and it keeps the whole trailer from rocking and rolling around, which is really nice on a model like this, where your entry door is pretty far behind the rear axles, so it could cause a lot of, you know, sort of bumpy jumpiness. And this will take that out. Even without the jacks down, this thing feels like it's steady and rock solid. We've got the anti-slam entry door and that folding larger handle for easy come and easy go. And outside TV hookups over here to, you know, bring your entertainment outdoors should you choose to add a TV to your Cherokee. Remember that little bracket that you see there above the, this is the back of the refrigerator. That's your access panel. That bracket right there, what that's going to do for you is allow you to kind of float a TV around in different areas. What's also kind of cool is, in addition to outside entertainment, we have an outside grill hookup, and they have this positioned where it's not directly under the awning, so that if you want to really do some outside cooking and keep the smells and the heat. Like, I know a lot of people are like, man, I love fish, but I don't want to be cooking fish inside my camper and have that cooking fish smell in my camper. Well, now you don't have to worry about that because it's not buried under the awning. Simple side mount solar prep plug, as is pretty darn common today. But we've got a nice compartment up front here to be able to keep, whether it's a portable solar panel or, you know, a whole bunch of other things. There's no shortage of storage up in that area. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is just kind of a brief overview on what makes these Cherokees tick and what has them actually, as of the first quarter of this year, the Cherokee Group has overtaken the market as the best-selling conglomerate trailer out there. That's something that hasn't happened in a long time. That #1 spot hasn't shaken up. So, you know, there's a lot of good things here. And there's a lot of things that are similar between a lot of other trailers. But it's the combination of specific factors that Cherokee's put together here that has allowed them to not just for a long time maintain a top 5 level of success, but continue to grow to 3 to 2. And currently, we'll see how it ends at the end of the year, but currently at the time of this filming, the #1 trailer brand on the market is Cherokee RV. And that is incredible. So take care, stay safe, have fun, happy camping everyone, and remember, we don't do hidden dealer fees at Haylett RV, but we do hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between.